واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واهل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. All praise belongs to Allah. Allah will thank you. We thank you, we praise you, and we ask for your forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil of ourselves and from the consequences of our evil deeds. Whosoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides, no one will misguide. And whosoever Allah have misguided, no one will guide you, and I bear witness that there is no deity but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his prophet and his messenger. Brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah, in this brief khutbah, I am going to talk about there was an occasion Rasulullah there was a gathering, the Sahaba, the companions were sitting down. So Rasulullah gave a generic question. He asked the congregation, he said, is there anyone can take 5 advices from me today? So he will wait with these advices, in typical English, that he put them into practice. Or he should pass it over to someone who will put it into practice. This happened in the gathering. There was a lot of people over there. And as you know, the Sahaba, ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'in, they were so curious. Whatever statement comes from Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, at-tasabbuq ila al-khairat, everybody will fight to be the first person to say. And you know, Abu Hurairah's name is very popular in the hadith. Our ulama told us that he alone narrated so many hadith. His real name is not Abu Hurairah, but because he was with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at all times, so they call him Abu Hurairah because he was really like a cat, with Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Abu Hurairah literally raised his hand. He said, "Oh Rasul, yes, I can do that." He said, "I can do that." So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam grabbed his hand and told him, من يأخذ عني هذه الكلمات فيعمل بهن أو يعلمهن من يعمل بهن. فقال أبو هريرة وقلت أنا يا رسول الله، فأخذ بيدي فعد 5. قال أولا اتق المحارم تكن أعبد الناس، وارضى بما قسم الله لك تكن أغنى الناس. وثالثا وأحسن إلى جارك تكن مؤمنا. رابعا أحب لأخيك ما تحب لنفسك. وخامسا ولا تكسر الضحك فإن كثرة الضحك تميت القلب. Whatever we say today, may Allah guide us to the straight path. This is a wonderful advice from the Prophet of Islam, that he will not say anything haphazardly. Every word coming from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam above, it was the wahyu yuha. Ma yantiq anil hawa in huwa illa wahyu yuha. And if we practice these advices, first of all, it will make us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then it will make our relationship, our interaction to fellow human beings a unique one. And that's why we make a Muslim, a true Muslim, and a true believer. So the first one that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised Abu Hurairah, and in continuation it goes to all of us ila yawm al-qiyamah. It to go to every one of us. What Rasul said, Ittaqil mahal, taqul a'badanas. Behold, to be the most worshipped person, the person who worships Allah more, is not only limited to pray to the 4-hour running clock. No, that's not it. I just received this is a lesson plate number. Okay, it's called RLKOY 8474. Somebody vehicle.
Somebody had to move.
Okay, yeah, the person has to move. If you have a car with a lesson plate RLKOY 8474, so you gotta move your car, please. Is that okay? Like I said, to be the most worshipped person, the person who is dedicated to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you worship, it's not limited that you fast more than everybody else, or you give zakat more than everybody else. That's what we learn from this hadith. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, keep away, avoid making haram in your life. Start doing haram thing. You will be the most worshipped. You will be the higher level of worship among the higher level of worship. If you call yourself Muslim, but you are Muslim, yes, you make shahada, you pray like everybody else, but unfortunately you're making haram at all times. So you are now going to be qualified to be abad. You will not ascend to that level to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then somebody may wonder, what are some of the muharramat? We all know the muharramat. I mean, as a Muslim, trust me, if you be in Islam for a certain period of time, you will know what is haram, what is halal. Inna al-halal bayyin wa inna al-haram bayyin. And so ulama say that al-haram is anything ma haka fi nafsik wa karihta an taquli alayhi nas. You know what is called haram in Islam? Everything is forbidden. Anything you can do is set in your heart. And then you yourself, you are ashamed, or you don't like to see, to know people that, for people to know that you do that. That is haram, But hey, if I'm giving charity, I don't hide it from anybody. If I'm coming to the Jummah, I take my ablution, I wear my gown, make ablution, clean myself, like coming to the masjid, I'm not going to hide it from anybody. If I get married, I go marry someone in the masjid, everywhere, the Muslims be my witness, I'm not going to hide it from anybody. I will be with my family and go everywhere. But when you are doing haram, you will be hiding. So that is all the things that you know that you don't want people to know is considered to be haram. And in brief, this one came in the Quran, but we just going to summarize it right now. One of the haram is ashirku billah. Associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the biggest haram ever. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَنْ يُشْرَكَ بِهِ وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah is not tolerating for someone to associate a partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, regardless of what happened. Allah said He is not going to even forgive that. If you know deliberately, if you know that, oh yeah, this is what I am doing in the application, Allah said He will not forgive that. So that is our question. You should make that as your habit to associate partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's one. And uquq al-walidain, to disrespect, to disobey your parent. If you see us in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. Yes, I agree. But if you see us today standing here, all we are here today looking healthy is because Allah made it possible through our parents. So they deserve all the respect. When one stubborn young man came to Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Oh, my dad always wanted to take all my money from me." So he said, "Oh boy, dad." The dad came. After they talked, the father said, "Oh yeah, I'm doing everything. I don't have no money. Alhamdulillah, I'm raising up. Today he get everything. Okay, whatever money he gave to me, I spent it on his siblings and brothers around him and his mom." So Rasul said, "Anta wa maluka ya abi." You and your money is for your father. So we have to give courtesy to our parents. And let me tell you one thing, this is the practical life, the practical life. The way you treat your parent, trust me, this is something practical. Wallahi, your children will do the same thing to you. If you disrespect your parent, your mom, your dad, you disobey them and you don't listen to them, sooner or later your children will do the same thing to you. That is the khutbah by itself. I don't want to go into too much detail. And one of the things that Allah has made it haram in for us as a Muslim to do is cut the nafs. They call it homicide. Killing someone. Why are you taking somebody's life? Why are you taking somebody? Why are you killing somebody? If you kill that person's life is not going to be added to your life. Why are you taking? Islam taught us that if you kill one person, it's like you have killed the whole universe. And do you know that when you go stand in front of Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah, you kill someone without no authority for Islam that Allah had, they allow you just look at somebody, you kill that person simply because you want to take his money from him, or you're just jealous, you don't like to see him, so you go kill him. All this is haram. Don't do it, don't kill nobody. Allah has said, there's no need for you to kill somebody. The first crime that was committed on this earth between Bani and Adam, it was between Qabil and Habil. When two of them made a sacrifice, and Allah had accepted the sacrifice from the other one, and then Allah had accepted the sacrifice from the other one. So what the other one did, the other one killed their brother. So and he killed him. He doesn't even know what to do. So Allah had to send animal, bird, flying and show him how to bury him. That time, no crime ever happened in this world. So killing human being is not accepted in Islam. It's one of the biggest haram in Islam. And one of the haram again, al-iqtirab min al-fawahish ma zahra minha wa ma batan. One of the haram that is not accepted for us to do or for anybody, be it Muslim or non-Muslim. So when you say ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna muhammadan rasulullah, you're not supposed to do al-fawahish. And one of the biggest things of al-fawahish is the zina. That is very common in the Muslim community right now. So, people don't even pay too much attention to it. Wallahi azim, subhanallah, if you find someone that you love, go and walk to the parent, the family. It's not between you and that girl to say, oh yeah, I'm married her. No. Go to the family, pay dowry, marry the person, and then you good to go. That is better than hanging around with prostitutes, subhanAllah, the HIV, all this sickness is because of what? Because the person you go to sleep with today, you think that you have achieved something. Guess what? Yesterday, she slept with someone else. And tomorrow, she will sleep with another person. And you don't know what kind of sickness that person carry around. And then you will sleep with that person. And what it make it worse if you are a married man. According to the Islamic jurisdiction, if a Muslim you marry a person and then you commit zina, what will happen? You will be stoned to death, according to our Sharia law. So you're not supposed to do that. But if you are a single, you have to be with 100 lodges. Whatever we say today, may Allah accept for all of us. All this fall under the first one. Probably this khutbah is going to start to the first one, because it has a lot of branches, that the whole detail. So we're not going to go there. Inshallah, probably, if Allah spare our life, we got a chance to another time, we're going to go to the second emphasis of Rasul. But before we close the khutbah today, inshallah, briefly I will talk about it, and then if I have a time, another time, I will give it detail. And one of the haram in Islam that Muslims are not supposed to do is Aktul Mal Yatim. We all know what is called Yatim. Yatim is an orphan. Orphan, somebody who parents died, and for some reason, they are in your custody. You think that maybe your brother passed away, and then death can come to anyone of us at any time. So your brother passed away, and then your brother children in your custody, you taking care of them. And then for some reason, your brother left some property or some money for these children to keep them up, pay their school fee, feed them, take care of them. But as soon as you know that your brother passed away, then you possess other money for yourself, you enjoy yourself, you lie down in your brother car, in your luxury houses, and then you also spend that money on these children. This is one of the biggest things Muslims can do, and it is a haram. And one of the haram, again, may Allah protect us from all these things. I'm not mentioning all the haram, but I just mentioned some. In fact, so ulama categorize this one to be al-kabair. These are the great sins of Islam that we should keep away from. And it's a fraud. Fraud, probably I think we talked about it here before. Fraud, as a Muslim, you're not supposed to do fraud. Fraud is like, if you selling a bag of rice and then you go buy the bag of rice for let's assume this is just assume it is like a fake farm, and then in some terrible country, I don't want to call it country name, but some terrible countries, they will go at night, they have people they hire them, they will cut the bag, and then they remove some of these, take this bag and put it in another bag. So the person who wants to buy a bag of rice, they will just come and buy the bag of rice. They will not even put it on no scale. But that is another fraud. And you know the famous story when the woman, during Ummah time, the woman, used to put the water in the milk and tell her daughter, my daughter, go and sell so we can make more money. And then her daughter said, I thought Amir al-Mu'minin told us not to do that. So she said, get out of here, my daughter. Amir al-Mu'minin is not here. All I'm care about is that I just want to get money. So the young lady, the girl, the daughter told the mom, if Amir al-Mu'minin is not looking at us, but the Almighty Allah that created Amir al-Mu'minin is looking at us right now. So, but for incident, Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab was sitting out right by the window, and he overheard. In short, Sayyidina Umar went back to the house. He slept. He was feeling very disheartened that most of us don't have an imam in our heart. Sometimes we might be afraid of the authority, but we don't scare our God. And that's very sad. So Sayyidina Umar finally came back to the house and asked that woman, can you please marry me, your daughter? And she was dreaming. She said, you want to marry my daughter? I'll be happy. Said, no, I don't want to marry your daughter. I want to marry her for my son. And Sayyidina Umar even told her that why I came here to come ask your daughter in for marriage for my son is because what the conversation that you were doing, I was listening to it. May Allah have to swear. So the gish is not accepted in Islam. If you are a Muslim and you live in the community, you making fraud to people, then trust me, how will you encourage them to embrace Islam? They're looking at you practicing, al-gish every day. You're making riba, you're selling drugs, or you're selling alcohol in the community, and they know you to be a Muslim. Trust me. Do you think that's the best way to encourage someone to join Islam? No. Because we as a Muslim, not the Prophet, not the Imam, not only the scholars, our behavior in wherever we live, in the community, in the neighborhood, it reflects on our religion. That's human nature. If I'm wearing this gun and then every day I'm selling drugs, they don't need to be a Muslim or my daughters or my wife is in hijab, but they know me, oh yeah, this man is a Muslim in this house here, but unfortunately he's selling drugs. If you think that's the only way you're going to get rich, you think they will embrace Islam? No, they don't want to do it. Because you are not good example, that in role model. We all can invite people without even talking, but because you practice Islam correctly, so this will encourage the other people to embrace Islam. And then, the list go on and go on, and then as-sihr, the magic is not accepted in Islam. and أكل اللحم الخنزير, the dead meat or the pig, you not do that. Sometimes they made it so many ways. Now, oh, this is a baking, just eat it. So you eat the baking, whatever. Let's forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the Jews, they don't eat pig because scientifically it has been proved that it has a worm, in the system. Even you cook it 1 million times or you fry it, that worm will be there and then it will get in your system. When you eat that pork, that dirty pork, you eat it, and that thing will still be alive. It will get in your system and it might even lead to your death. So Allah is not telling us to stop anything unless for a genuine reason, because He created us and He knows exactly what is good for our life or not. Having said that, I come to the first break. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الكريم وفي السنة النبوية المطهرة وجعلني وإياكم ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. أقول ما سمعتم واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين والمسلمات من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.